Swarmos out for Hydra. You need more than that.
Well, that was what was one of the weird things I thought about what Hydra was doing there was if you're going to get the Swarmos, you need a lot of them. Right, you need enough that it makes it too difficult for the Protoss to push through.
I almost wonder if maybe a few Infestors being added in instead would have been more of a good,
possible,
a good choice because all that Blink Stalker army, if you lock it down, it's hard for them to micro. Hydras do damage from afar.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you got Bungle, Blink stops existing.
Yeah,
and really in that big attack after the Colossi were all gone, it's just Stalkers.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, that was a really big Protoss army anyways. It's funny because I thought Classic wouldn't be in as good of a shape after he got in there and did so much damage to that gold base, but even that Zerg up on 4 bases.
Max out +3 attack and a really good composition against almost pure Hydra. It's a good place to be, man. Daedalus Point is the map pick for Hydra, an obvious pick, a map that Protoss have been struggling on in this matchup, even after it was changed recently. It's still a very wide open natural, very good map for Zerg. The third base location a little bit more tough for Protoss to take oftentimes. So it's kind of the map pick, the go-to pick for Zergs in this matchup.
I'm really interested in seeing how exactly does Classic play on this. He's really shown us some great builds. Tactically, he's been perfect, but also even just that brainy stuff like that, hallucinated Colossus to spot up on the high ground.
Yeah,
I'm really excited to see what he's going to do here. And now we're going into game number 2. Hydra is down right now, 0-1 here. Can Classic close this out? We're going to find out soon. Wolf, are you ready?
I'm ready.
StarCraft!
Classic versus Hydra.
Yeah, man. We're so cool.
StarCraft.
StarCraft, man.
This is StarCraft. I like StarCraft. Do you like StarCraft?
Yeah, man. I like it so much, I'm just going to say it right before the game starts.
Yeah. Just
shout it.
Just don't accidentally say Minecraft or something.
Minecraft! It's the game started up, I'm like, Command and Conquer! Do you ever play those games, Command and Conquer games?
I played when I was a kid, the original ones.
Yeah, I guess I'm older than you. You would have been playing that when you were very young,
I was like 9 or something when I was playing it, and it was already old at that point. But it was It was like at my uncle's house, and he had like.
Were you playing the one like the Red Alert one?
Yeah. He had like an old computer, but like I was like, well, he doesn't have StarCraft installed on his computer. I'm not even sure if his computer could run StarCraft. It's talking about StarCraft 1, of course, and I just played. I was like, well, I like RTS. I'll give it a shot. Was a fun game.
Yeah, they're quite good. The old ones especially.
Yeah, those are the only ones I played. Pool first here.
Yeah.
It's not crazy because you oftentimes see Protoss players try to get ahead with cannoning. I think we even just saw this on Monday, if I'm not mistaken. Or Wednesday, that is, the day that Code S is on. Where he just tried to cannon. And then Zerg countered by taking his natural parting versus true. It's a weird game. It's smart to go pool first here, I guess, as a Zerg player. It's already decent enough to go pool first because you can be aggressive because the natural's so wide open.
And now he's going ahead. He's going and getting the gateway. A nice little wall here on his ramp. But yeah, as you were saying, Wolf, I mean the ramp entrance here is really big, which can make it pretty tough to control. We have 2 lings being made, and off behind that is just a bunch of drones.
You know what's so ironic about this map is, it's just funny. Daedalus is like Icarus's father, right? And he's like the labyrinth maker. And when this map first came out, the natural is so wide, you basically had to make like a maze for the Zerg to go through to try to stop the links from going through.
Yeah,
I can't. Every time I see this map, I think about that every single time. We used to have a map called Icarus, actually, where the natural had like 2 gold patches. Do you remember that map?
made that map too.
Yeah, he made everything.
Yeah. I actually didn't know that until. Were you watching the cast when Danemy got tweeted that? That was the father of.
Well, I was. I just.
Father of Icarus?
I was also talking with Caldor about it back in Code A.
Oh, really?
But I did see that cast. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, yeah.
Danemy had a little while ago had to figure out what exactly is a minotaur, like definitionally.
Did you guys figure it out?
Well, I believe it's got hooves for legs for one.
Okay.
Like a fawn, but it's got like a bull's head.
Okay, so it has to have a bull's head. Not like a centaur, which doesn't necessarily have to have a bull's head.
Centaurs do not have bull's heads.
They had humans' heads.
They have
human
heads.
bodies, or torsos.
Human torsos.
But
and
a horse
bodies.
body. Yeah. Horse hind body, like posterior.
Just cut off the horse's head and put your torso there, then you're at a centaur.
Yeah. So.
And I believe usually when centaurs fight, they fight with bows and arrows. Or is that true? Or they fight with like...
I think they fight with arrows normally.
I don't know if they can fight with like a sword and a shield, though. I think they'd just be bending over, like trying to swing down, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm like trying to think back to centaurs I've seen in like
real
popular
life?
culture, like
Those centaurs you know and what they were, sporting at the time.
I go down to that bar where all the centaurs hang out. We chill.
Centaur bars, man.
They're really good at darts.
They're really good at darts.
They've got this ability to throw the darts quite well with how their torsos up on their legs.
Yeah, man. They just rear back.
Rear back.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he's getting that wall in over there, the entrance.
It's centaurs. Only centaur I can really think of is like in Harry Potter. There's centaurs, like in the Forbidden Woods. That's all I can really think of. There's Cenarius in Hearthstone. I guess it's a World of Warcraft player.
Well, in the Hearthstone, the centaur is like one's like a tree.
Yeah, well, yeah. There's
It's like a tree. It's actually pretty cool. It's like centaur, but like wood.
We're talking about Keeper of the Grove.
Keeper of the Grove.
The one that does 2 damage or silences.
Keeper of the Grove is a centaur.
Yeah. He always silences my abominations on my rushdown deck, and I get really mad.
Druid's quite good right now.
Yeah, I think it's the strongest.
Yeah, I do too. We have the quick third expand up here. He's going to get a cannon and surround that with some gateways and another pylon.
Yeah, this is a tough third base to take on this map, but it's a bit far away, and it doesn't look like Hydra wants to pressure anytime soon. He's just continue to drone up right now.
Now Hydra is about to finish his road tour, and we'll see if he has any aggression he wants to show us here.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, he got a few Zerglings. Speed is ways away, though, so I don't think he's going to get any damage done here. And it looks like the Sentry Ring is going to walk out to greet the Zerglings, just like we saw in Game 1. It seems like Hydra kind of has some commitment issues with his attacks from time to time. He
Lots of men have commitment issues. It's okay.
Yeah, it's perfectly normal for him to have this. I mean, well, that's one way to scout.
There you go.
Probably meant to... The hotkey for hallucinating a Phoenix is CX, so he probably meant to hit CX but hit CC by mistake. But there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Yeah.
A lot of people downstairs think that's really funny.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of LOLs
Giggles?
downstairs. Yeah, actually, I said they're giggles more.
Yeah, a little bit of giggles,
A little bit of giggling.
no scoffs though.
No scoffs. And then he's going to come out here. Now he can just recall back, but he might try to see if he can't just take out a few units.
Force some lings to be made instead of drones. Use that larva, and that's what the Mothership Core is partially for in this matchup, just to give more chances to Pros players to do things like this. This counterattack, not really very fearsome. Will force a second pylon, but he doesn't even really need it necessarily. This is scary. His army's kind of caught in an awkward place.
I like the Oracle here to try to distract his opponent. I don't know if it's going to actually force him to pull any drones or anything here.
Nah,
nope.
It doesn't look like it. Well, this is a tight wall here with a cannon in the middle. Doesn't have a lot of roaches and all these sentries. Good luck doing damage with this one. He's just basically, in Class's perspective right now, he's like, you're not doing anything to me. I'm just going to chill out right now on my 3 bases and continue to tech.
Let him power up,
There's a 4th base coming up now for Hydra on the right side.
He needs to get that out.
Desperately. He's been on 3 base versus 3 base for so long, and certain players not comfortable like that.
Blink's not done yet. Yeah, okay, no, Blink is not done yet. Halfway done here. And we have the Warp Prism coming up here.
Warp Prism is always
oh my god, that was really, really good.
Amazing.
That was really, really nice.
That's a ton of resources down the drain, a ton of larva he spent, some of his map control. Suddenly Classic doesn't even really feel that worried about moving down his ramp.
Yeah. Now, all he has to do from here is power up. He's got the 2 Stargates coming up here. So, as you can see, the mutage switch is happening. He can basically force that out. He just gets enough Phoenixes and gets that range upgrade.
Yeah.
And the mutas are suddenly completely useless.
Right.
And then there's a new problem the Zerg has to face, which is keeping all of his Overlords alive.
Exactly, and his queens.
So it actually transitions very easily.
It's a very comfortable transition. Phoenixes are so much better in Heart of the Swarm because they have that range, that +1 range built in. Then they have that additional range they can even get beyond that. This little group of units that Hydra has on the map can never really accomplish anything. These mutas, on the other hand, try to change things. The Phoenixes aren't ready yet.
And they're going to come in here and probably fly right over. Yep, they're going to see the 2 Stargates. It gives him some time to mentally prepare for what's going to be coming down the road here. And nicely done. Just going to go get as many probes as he can and then leave.
He needs to be careful. What is he doing?
See, I have no idea why he was attacking that Nexus. That
I think he thought he moved commanded away, but he didn't.
Yeah, he must have, because that's not like logical at all.
He only even had like half of his mutas fighting.
Okay, we got a warp in over here with some zealots now.
Not going to do a ton of economic damage, but will trade decently
It'll be a
against
bit of a
him.
distraction.
Right. This warp prism will finally be eliminated too because of those mutas. But anything you do to
miss it? No, he didn't.
Anything you do to keep mutas away from your bases while you're trying to get your phoenixes out is good.
Yeah, for sure.
The Swarmos transition is pretty big commitment. He's going into 12 of them, and so if Classic continues to make more phoenixes, they're going to get less and less useful. I wonder.
And you know, he never really, after that got spotted. Okay, he's going to switch into Void Rays.
Yeah.
I guess if you assume that the phoenixes are already coming, like if they spot it, if they've already done their job. If they're assuming that now they're going to have to be defensive with the mutas, then you can just go into Void Rays here.
Yeah.
They're not going to keep massing up mutas to this point where it's going to be a huge problem.
And then later on, the Stargates can be for Tempest, of course, to help out against Broodlord composites if we do see that. It's a little bit rare these days, but the Locusts don't have their lifetime upgrade just yet, so they didn't get very far. We need to have that for...
Looks like the Roaches are going to be ready for a counterattack here when Protoss tries to move out.
I was just going to say, in Legacy of the Voidman, we need to have increased lifetime for humans. Blizzard needs to develop that.
we need a patch where you have increased lifetime for Terrans and GSL.
That's definitely something I'm sure David Kim is considering right now. This Overlord will actually deny a 4th base for quite some time. He made a lot of static defense for his Swarmos. I really like that because they already do so well with Locusts, and then if you have Swarmos there too, it's hard to just kind of blink on top of them and kill them.
There's a good number of Corruptors out here.
Yeah, he's only got 4 Phoenixes.
No Mothership with that army, by the way. Oh, and this is going to be pretty painful here with the Mutas and the Corruptors coming out here now. They can basically deny the 4th base.
Yeah, and
no problem.
Killing so many expensive Stargate units. With Corruptor support, these mutas, yeah, like you said, will probably kill his base, at least forcing the entire Protoss army back, which is what he doesn't want.
And he does force a cancel there. Now, he can move these Swarm hosts up a little bit closer.
Yep, these small group of units are going to be cleaned up, but that's not really a big concern for Hydra because the big focus for him is building up his Corruptor count to deal with the Colossi that are going to be added soon. And the Swarmos that are coming across. There's no area of effect damage whatsoever in Classic's army, so dealing with the Locusts is virtually impossible for him right now. I mean, if he trades against them with his Stalkers, he's trading his expensive units versus free Locusts. And here's the Spinecrawlers coming to play. This is really well played by Hydra. I'm liking what he's doing here.
Yep. Nice force fielding there by Classic, just making sure the Locusts can't be utilized. It looks like we're going to have, I would hope, more than that warped in right now. Lings, though, coming up now into the second.
No wall set up here. He's supply blocked right now, so that double Colossus production is not actually happening. He's making 5 pylons right now. Ooh, got to be careful with those sentries.
Nice again there with the force fields. The 4th base is nearing completion here, about halfway done so far. You could see that Classic is trying to build up a really strong late-game tech here with the Void Rays and the Colossi.
Yeah.
So that he can take on Corruptors and then the Locusts on the ground.
This is kind of cute. He's trying to just camp these robotics and hoping that the Colossi will pop out right while he's there. Unfortunately, it's going to cost him at least 1 Corruptor. It does get 2.
That one spun out of control before it blew up. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. Really nice.
I don't normally... you know, I think only as a caster I get to spend a lot of time just like watching, you know, these guys die.
Yeah, because when you're playing the game, you're not
playing
really
the game, right? Yeah, you're not.
Or you playing on lower settings anyways most of the time. You know, if you're high level.
I'm on lower settings. So we got the Hydras and the Mutas coming out now.
Cannon City.
Cannon City.
It's all the taxpayers' dollars
basically
going to that one.
A small, crappy suburb outside of Six City.
That pylon in the middle is the Artosis pylon. Artosis is the mayor of Cannon City. So this hatchery will probably be canceled.
He should cancel it. I can't. Okay. He was just waiting for the last possible moment to cancel that.
Cannon City is coming along nicely.
Yep. And let's see if he could just completely get this up and safe. The cannons are finishing very quickly now. And yeah, it looks like he's going to be able to drive the Zerg out of that. Now, the Zerg has a lot of money right now. The Zerg can lose his entire army and remake it.
He's just trying to decide how he wants to do that. Whether it's switching into like Mass Mutalisk, for example.
Yeah, Mass Mutalisk is a great call.
Or just trying to get more Corruptors out, Infestors he's adding right now, and Broodlords, because his Greater Spire is complete. He's really far down in the defense upgrades. If you guys notice, his Carapace is just now being started. He had that's kind of a mistake. He's definitely had the resources to be better upgrading that, and it really, really helps out your Locust the more Carapace they have. Part of the reason why Classic was able to deal with those for so long, even without AoE damage.
Yeah. Now he is moving his army over here up to the top center, and this is a very, very scary army. I mean, with the Void Rays, the Colossi, all these Stalkers here.
Oh, the Broodlords are not ready yet. He's actually trying to blink on top
of them.
Oh my god! Oh, the Void Rays are targeting him down one by one! He wants to cancel this, I would say. I mean, they're all going to die.
And now he blinks right underneath them.
Oh my god, Force Field's going to prevent a retreat on any of those Swarm Hosts. There's so much Colossus damage at the back.
Oh my god, if those Broodlords had been finished, then
totally different story.
Yeah, completely different story. You cannot let that happen.
Wow, this might actually just be game because Classic has, so much. He's got so much momentum.
He just lost the Broodlords and he lost the Swarm Hosts, which are what you're building up the entire game to get, so that you can handle a Protoss army like this.
My dream come true would be to sit production tab right now because I have no idea what Hydra's remaking. Whatever it is cost him his entire bank. 17 Corruptors.
For the amount of damage that's being dealt this quickly, I don't know if it's going to matter.
I mean, just look at this. There's so many Void Rays, you can almost just kill the Corruptors. It's not quite going to be able to. More Stalkers coming in, though, and the ground army is very small.
The Colossi already doing the damage they needed to do.
Yeah, now the Stalkers can just clean everything else up. This is looking pretty silly.
GG here because there's just no way, really, that he can recover.
No way. He's got no bank anymore. His bases are under siege. His ground army is pathetic. And even Classic, GG?
GG.
You can see Classic was researching the range upgrade for the Phoenixes, expecting that maybe he was going to try to remax in Mutalisk, which might have been a problem. But yeah, it didn't happen.
Nicely done there.
Classic is going far this season, man.
Yeah, well, he looks solid, man.
Yeah, I expect
Kind of reminds me of when Deer was first coming out of nowhere, right?
Yeah. Very,
and we're like, well, he might not be the fan favorite right now, but he's really, really good.
Yeah.
I don't know if people can stop that. I'm looking at Classic the same way. I mean, he's got very good handling. He's very smart.
He's very patient. He doesn't take huge risks. He usually expands when it's very secure to do so. I mean, I feel like the biggest risk he took was taking that really fast gold base in game number 1. That's like the only risky thing he did the whole both series he played.
Although a lot of the Protosses are doing that and getting away with it. So
yeah, it's pretty normal.
Maybe it feels risky, but
it's more standard now.
Yeah, if we have more maps like that, we might find out that in fact it's like okay. But
yeah,
I mean, great plays from Classic.
Yeah, very, very solid.
Next,
and he advances to Code S, or to round 16.
He's in Code S. He did it. So up next, we're going to have the losers match. We're going to find out who's going to be the first to be knocked out of this group here at the GSL Code S. Stay tuned.